Obujala jamit.
We talk about Lorodia.
Um,
Taman don't take yen and
I
when
will
war only
first.
that then cheer the Kabuka will get there. When the Biab 2020, when you are trying the room, will get you trying the book. Man book and jam it can duping one whopping near collar. Get the end and talk about. So we're duping what you go lower or market of an walk. I stand when walk. But Golden chair and I told Mona chair. And you do get when you do it, you get there. So kaka ke kacha ko no profession amma ne biag de kidien ya loy ke the way kan ya kem so ana kem nan lui kan randa kem nan randa biag the way in kelendia so ko bi ko ya ko loy ni biag dara ya wodi ben ke rem ben ko mu dam ko ni al so ko te ni ke biag de well de ne kam te ne tong de english so ko yulo biography and at the part of the biography uh, I'm by name Mawut Achiek, a writer, a mentor at the youth center, medics by profession, and has knowledgeable about the youth program within the society. So he's also an advocate, advocating for the welfare of the girl child in the society. And with these few remarks, this is a little introduction about me. Thanks.
Rhoda, you're causing a lot of echo.
There's an echo back.
Okay, can be John.
Um, it's still echoing a lot. I think you've joined on two things and it's just feedback. Okay.
Should be good now. I left. Welcome, Maunda in Chalor and to Africa in the device all over the place. Thank you for great introduction. Lakir, take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mawut, for taking the initiative and the time to come on the U-turn. From your introduction, I think we are very aligned. As U-turn, we aim at inspiring, educating, and spotlighting work of women and youth. And today we are spotlighting you, Mawut, to showcase your work that you're doing to transform the communities. Um, the the people watching, if you are watching the U-turn today, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time on your day off to come and learn the message and listen from Maud. So if you have one second, please just share the message because this could change someone's life. Today we're going to talk about mental health. Mental health is I don't know that it's already I think we get the idea, and I'm hoping Maud can explore this a little bit more. As you've heard, Maud and we in the healing space. Rhoda can attest to this when I kind of traditional healer. I like making sure people are okay, and that's why I'm excited for today's conversation with Maud. And without taking the spotlight away, I will let Adich ask the first question for the discussion. Adich, take it away.
Okay, within Chukle, and get a Chubana Kura Chutan from the Chukle join. You go a baby in a woman at Chukulor, you turn to me. No, good you can do and quality aim, topic when Pelari no you, the other discussion. Well, so nitong jeng dia kalau beli ni bigi jual banam babian ni numde chan ni lo pian ni babian ni go aha so ke jual babian ni num ko babe ni men ko go discuss ko le question ting ti ma ude ki like um yo ima yung ye de yo e banki chol ba piali no yung ye kor chan ba piali no so question yen ka bu we discuss
network do
na le
nan
ran
breakage.
ye nya de ha
Dorcas, network do nan breakage.
oh male piali le ka ya le question ka ba ti e ke chol ba piali no yung ye chol ba piali no ku yung ye kor chan ba piali no nge cho de no ko ta ten ke ko wo ki ta na de yung ye chol ba no me da le ba ku le ba le tan message ka ku ti so yen le question ti e kana ne like what does
Oh
mental
yeah, na
health
pia
mean to
dare.
you?
Ke yuko ke bugu lel ne abuga ya lel tong jengu nan tinde tong de English bugu ya Martin. Ago na ye na nan gichira wo ne tong jang ne kien wo ko di ne ro re wo dia ne ye ro war ne tong de English man wan ye tong won chu ni wo dia ke bugu lel yongo yongo ye bu lel do wet I chol pial de nom pial de nom ai lel e pial de nom ba go pial ko che liu de twai no go. So in other words, it is a mental well-being, physically, emotionally, and not in the absence of disease. So na ye pial de num go pial, kuba num pial, ne tek duij. Kwa che liu ne twany, ne gobit. So in ke luel de kene. Kuna jiem ku, ne liu de twen ke twen chiman twen malaria. A twen go gob. Kuna le ku twen num, ekna yeng ek jonom. Na ci drum fi dom na ita ga tang ce ta ke yo kwen ge 2020 nom na le ku 2020 go ke ka ni ku ke to so ke a ce liuden but it when yin ke balance ni go bi jama to ni ke tong yin ken pi dun yin pi na ko na kal to ko ban yen gen ke luel de mana de pial de to ande nom ama piel ke 2020 nom de tang so in which another way it is defined in English as having the inability and resilience to navigate the life with clarity, purpose, and compassion for oneself and others in the societies, and mainly not the absence of disease in the body. So, in English, you define in English, kunetong de jeng, kilon chane juir. So, pial de gop, eba num pial, na janum pial, kini nang tang pial. Cuman loy wa ye ne ko loy kune ye ko le. Echan wa pial ni katek da e chat klaw kuna chuku nim pial benara na wenang drup anwen ken wen heche kiera na chuku kwen ke pial ena chitwa na chia go pial kana wo yen ka kai ne ko nim ke ran wala ji ku yen che nom to e lo le nge che nom to ne kam ni ke ran na chinom pial twanya lu liu ni go ko lu to ni nom twanya lu to go ku pial nom ke tek do pial so that's little definition about the mental health.
Okay, na in chocolate and get your decor die you turn a cool. Which will learn the chan being idea the nature mental health and you mean personally. But we share down time because of random when run on call the thing. I think at this time, like you have a choice and another question about this, or do you want me to ask another question?
Yeah. Thank you, Adich. And in challenge Mawut and with your red near cola buku jam ki chola pialdanom. Pialdanom braneng anuen ke. Ye koi chegar ye luel met cha kamen run ke wan run ke dingot ke kin jam ni ke nang kan ki enwan. Ran bene nang anuen ke. Lakini tichi dere yi che koi kwon jam tong jeng yen banom piara che lum ke ye krelit ay koy lum ke pialit na kiran kinom ja um kin jam yo blo chari ka chiran du ke yin lekin ke chol piala nom kena aye lu ignore like aye lu ya man ye me di nom nang dru ke di yo yin nom nang dru ku yin me dru ba chi ke choy ka ko di lekin dru mi ja ba dam ke chi yaran dit ke ne ro gol ke yin yemet yene ti chen ye pyo tin ti to metin ti chen bir tin ko rer ke ni yen environment to en tin yeneke ye ben determined be around it nganu en juj will be around it chinanu en juj. So ke kar batije in Mawut, I am really grateful chabene kole kar batije yongu yene kera piala no yen da ko nin community. And why is it happening? And what do you think should be done for people to take it seriously? Yung bele koi kwan jam tung jing nana deke piala nom ekrelit. Ku yena kene ngiting ke ngori ke lo chari ke yena lebe pidur yo ka iran mumit ke emit ku aye ke pir mit aye lo effect na iran chiti wala chiti aku kene mental health do kene ngi chopin ke ran to kene yina ye lo effect na ye lo tire lo ko lu kene yina ye ko lo effect. So yen ache individual issue ekere ran be ran to community. So can you take us on a journey why yen community yen your mental health lo ignore? Thank you.
And children are like it. Nene question the role manajam young yen quite core man ye buy yen ke biak de 2020 ke nom ama pial de nom yen ke lom ke tin la yen ke che ko ni ko lom ke di ke twen de ke la balwel ke ni community ke lwel won tin lwel group ay ko ke lom ke ka ko dit ke mi le ten ko chiran tin anu anden to yen na chak to ke no ke ya dro no ni so ke twen ke community ne wako wa community walu ka ji ka affected uh, range from the personalities to the cultural oriented, then to the environment we are in. So, nini cake, what jam is stigma. Stigma man ye rio to go nini nong ran. Eh, na ito jenga yung mat ye rio to go. Na English ka igat ka nang shame ko nang stigma. Kwa ba man bigi atong na tuang jang. Itong jeng luel de rio to go ne anto gweri. Cuma nabe ni nongin kina laki ama bala ni nong dorkas log wel in dorkas anchi nang dro ke na balum ke ka ben lum kan ran pele ke ran tin kinyi so ka kana na bu ngen kan ran to no community ga wel instead balon ni nong ala ki yung chan rer ku cha choro cho to lik iton ban to lik ka ben nang mit la ke ne na bu gol ke ben log jil chin ab log dit ni no mi a etu ben ajala ler chare. So, ekena you community alone that it is associated with kind of stigmas and shames. So if I go for consultation, if I go for counseling, nene dalko bala you by word babela jamnum kaya la lom that yen ki nen la jamnum anang mikla ran ki bela lom gan ki niyo an ku kilwa. So ke community jelo ke jel to ko ya yen ni thing majority no ko ko anang low understanding nene pialde no which is mental health. Mental health, people take it as a minor thing because of one is stigma. Secondly, we talk of shame. I will be ashamed in the society. I will be pointed out that I'm the weak person. I cannot control my emotion. I cannot control myself. Then, at the process, it led me to suicide. Uh, Secondly, at the second point, we have lack of an awareness in the society. We lack education. Currently, let's talk as we youth currently. We lack a point of mental health mentorships. We lack consultation. We are not frequently reviewed. We are not aware about who we are and what we will be and what we are at that particular situation. So, what it mean the Pialdenum community, the general community, and one perception, which is perception na la hargambela lungu and piole. So, piole each and timpu ni na lungu man tioke like in the current situation, we have to individualization and individualization, which is individuals, and centralization, which is at the communal point, like in Europe and America. They have this point of centralization, but in Africa we talk of the individualization. We don't go to anybody. So this thing has because of awareness. If we had an awareness, we can go to anyone. So and so, I have stress today. I've lost this. or have this problem which I'm trying to think of, but it's not working out. What should I do? From there, you will be counseled, and from counseling, you will at least change from that perspective. So with this, it is at this point that ke wa wa kwa tene communities one problem ne ke kuj wa yen kun wa ke chol pial de no ma yugo lum ke tin pial chan yena kuj ko kuna ni ko wa lot de yen ke de diam ne cho na mi jam ne bia de chen ko ba gwa lum ko wa mon jeng ama ko wa gabel ke to de tem ko wan ne pinde junub Sudan man to nan ken ban wana to ne wa ko lo ai pin ne jur ko ke ai lel tik misalan ba gwa lum ne biag de tik ti mun ya a che cham ne ka won to chuman ke ka won ne rim la jwa ke yen men la di ye ko chi be lew na di ayi cultures ko yu lel ya na cultures ko lel tik ay mukti liye chen ko mukti di ten a che to benen ben men de ben ben ayo ko ne ka ka. So with those cultures, most of our belief through mental health are being affected by the culture. That it is a weak point. Like those who go for mental counseling are those who are weak, those who are mentally disabled, those who have no priorities in their life, those who have nothing to do. That the very people who go for mental health, according to the cultures. So ne bi ake chen ka why affected ke why quite when quite when the community the community bu le okay e kene e ke won piale yung yen yelo loy ke ka chwa boitin cuma na kar balon no ngala ki balon no ngal balon ran won cuma ne dorcas kula wel dorcas this and this I will be like okay this culture does not associate me with the women to talk about my personal thing. I'm a man and ne biagdan ko way mon jeng e lel dia inu mo yung India from the childhood. That's already a mental health orientation. Like
Mhm.
you know, though you are feeling pain. So those are things we are oriented through culture, and it is affecting our mental health because when I'm told I have to persevere pain because I should not cry because I'm man, and from there we grow up knowing that I'm a man. I will not cry for simple things. Though I'm speared with big spear stuck with the knives, I will not cry because I'm a man. And with those things, it remains as psychology in us that I'm a man. I'm not that weak. Why should I cry? And it's always say that cry is a part of healing. When you cry, you are healing yourself. The more tears falls, you need to pial because na ranban mo puti kai dia. So na cha piao can chip your ba and therefore in be bar in ran did. But you culture you that you don't do that. So mental health we take it as minor. Then fourthly of that point because of the man ko baga take a check anam bi jam ni biagde chen accessibility ne han woni en ke do wait ke kaka pialde no yen ke yokten ache very accessible. You find that mental health is like within our communities there are section at the one facility whereby like you talk of the community centers and community centers are not accessible to everyone at time. It cannot be accessed by the majority in the community. Might be only few individuals who have an access to that particular thing. And those few individuals cannot be the whole community. So at this point, I will talk of I said inaccessibility of facilities is one of the factors that leads to the lack of awareness of this mental health within the community, and it led to the community that can because you can hear ben one chenen youth centers when you mental health and get out and then quite be a jam you quite be aware nin won ni ko kwen be man yom lat le bulu okay yom lat chingi di de be loitin dim sibi de chingi di de loitin yom jima maybe ton koy won to be muslim so after the prayers ko a lot of counseling be ko be jam and all these things now I check a low in the community when in community lo ke ke piale because kiche lo ke kire ne chang de jengi ko wo mon che ke lo mo ne chang de jengi ke kire e ko ne ko yok pin ke ko ne bai manum randit kumit ye ke yo ko ban ke lo le ke kire chuma non bi school ba godo man example one bi school ne ke wo mon che e chu ko lo ke minor thing But after all, can you can understand orientation, awareness, and all these things that are banal in school. So the same way to the mental health, in a society, so to the general community, in relate at that particular moment.
Wow,
So I
wow.
have summarized it in 4 points in that way.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have you need a heritage about this mental health issue and the understanding of systemic influences like Kawenrolo in the entire community. There's individual level, there's a systemic level where the culture toward thin and stereotypes. And we talk a lot about jamdani diara wokon. Like as women, we talk about everything. Kene wokon. In Chile, babiaron mishkalai kwa ikaler jeng. Lakin aneng tien kaler jeng to be ke pietin. Kayin ken wala baka kuler live kubakala luel bi kayin ya ti ko lienya akor bagol kene ran mat kani ran mun yelwe trust ba nuen kubaka luel kani. Now, to tackle mental health for the men in our community, we know there's a lack of awareness. First of all, that lack of awareness, lack of education. Na cho men mo cho lo school and I'm not trying to offend anyone. There is still that lacking in part in terms of understanding mental health. And mental health in the systemic view tiene kan ruaitin daman ya tingene ko jam e daman na ne ran tinin jam ko family ko jabo ku jeme ke na che ti ko mo chi rom the family is almost breaking down ka nyuji ke pin ku jeme ke between child and parent na che me ti kan watch ka nyuji pin ku jeme lakini to tackle what some things people are struggling with. I have not seen explicit resources chika loy ke kain ka mental health jam. We could talk about well buku jam ka kanisa. Kanisa is a great avenue been mental health but health in because ja jam ka koinwan because ja jam solution grounded in reality. We can talk about yechu kuruto mishkula kunya lakin today rana kor be good akor ke be jam ane ngamme ta dia twanya to kachir kaka in the BPO move by PO mo nyale lakini some practical strategies need to be in place na toka nisa ku program che loy ku neng youth neng programming youth to ka programming youth and I'm saying this mostly for the young men and the youth that are male children to integrate mental health in the program and I took a below checker ko chigan in India bijam like mental health a yila. I really hope ning tieno ko lu engage then. Ba weti ba you to talk it then. Mostly they are playing soccer. Cake I love bikala die maybe video game. Ato was a college. Na ye weti diang chula kanisa kaya ka yu kanisa. So maybe after kanisa ka bene programming youth below. Ache kanisa chitok ka youth a dong chien kubuka lo jam bedu pyuch. Biki lo jam kene ke. Um, Another avenue lebi ayene e timtar. I'm sure some places are named timtar in koi klan bukoy la ling. During this conversation, kuirana when chida you turn it no kwachi achiping kaka mental health kale bukoy koi kok buke loy buke pioch. Kubaka pioch it's not big deal but be like wala and chida you turn kokena lebaran tin men ka ka wan chi wo jam tin je di like check in with each other bang ya ba ti mishkala ke wan chi share kan yin how are they going how can you help them those are some practical strategies le buka baitin you okay ya jam mental health ku angi kwa jeneng stigma so na jam ku stigma ku chi mental health these two words like mental health actually, a lot of stigma kalibu ka jam in a way that is not mentioning mental health. I remember conversation that one of the UTAN guest speakers when she was doing awareness in the community, I think in Bor, awareness about domestic violence and she was talking about how they were very strategic not to mention the word feminism because it triggers something negative in people. So I think I think here your mental health can which I think here stigma who yin around a week night jam about mental health ka gear language da gear tong in jam yen. Rinko. Maybe people will be responsive to that. So I think those strategies can really help with educating and helping people. Before I give it back to Adich, we had somebody ask in the comment saying, what are some strategies can people use? People are suffering in silence. Ranwin, gong is it gong quote? What message would you give to someone in our community who is silently struggling with mental health? And when somebody is silent, I just want to say there are a few things at play. Anin kalo irut ka iran ka biet kana mishkala ike. Either na bi ka chiriyo ji stigma ben ye biyo wala in ran week in ka in ben jam e ka idom zruf. Or achi namat kena wini ka loy trust na na de ku jam kene ke mishkala ga chi ke bla doy na la tang rom ka du ka yen kule wala in ra rej ku kana. What can people do in their own power? Lebiran loyeto. For example, yanan lo chatting ka chano na red kan yo bala chat bala choli chat bala ping dear kit bala chat in the nature bala rear wernum kagayan kwan. So what, in
So
your
it is different.
personal opinion, strategies that can use for your own mental health? Somebody who's suffering silently and don't feel comfortable,
Yeah,
like yeah, I'm gonna
it
call.
is in this form. It
Yeah.
is in this way. Children, ngong kon ngong, soal tanya ti soal. Currently man tiyo gan ko ay junubin. Ton an kwan chong ke ban. War there one and silent battle we could fight. Water ne ko wala lik wadia. Nge lel gumudu lik. So in gagata watin. So kira loy na kene kabalaran wutan silent. Achira mun chen mede. Kuna yi with that metku ache metku no ni ka gam ache ga nyipyo can mental health is like secret. It's like somebody having sickness and you don't want to tell the society in angwan. So nanang that point kwa yinchi we that and chilu trust the nananga jui wento man tiyo wachi le chet koi wa wana han to gwe wono koi wani eh dia dato yunu pingi dia dia ga tong jiang ka ko war pande mon jiang ka English all the anang generous we want to talk ko ni ga ping ke dia nare le kilo book ator won ci got na ca kwen anan ko won belekin ko kon belek community won bi tin anan dem belekin ko babe yok nya ke ca yok mana kaka jambo go lo me and nan ran won do ya is stressful mostly and do a lot of depression but na ca yo kan ya depressed kan lum pen kalam ko worek ko gat na ca get kan yo ran ci be na ci rier ku wayan kwen ko ci ya de kan lum diet ku teng ni diet ko tong de monjang ka woni adiet bai wona ban ga no be war diet ka bi jam na ko abi jam ne let won let ko ro wan te mostly ka woni ga gut a ci ne lor woni ga gut ne ka ro ko man tiyo ke so ka woni ko ga twan bas ba ga be pinga nang let anang je jem de wel ona ko jui ko so kala you kan ti pial so the same way la ba le kini ra won ti man ngong that at the same strategy when you pin better strategize in a point that you with that kun lock in yin na music na chat na kwen na lor na bala matabro when you ko won to won ko gwertin na bala polo wed ni ro yo kin bi na jala polo wed bi no bela war ko tak ko ro be war kin lottery wed lo polo wed na book kin nyoy kwen book na dit kin taw diet ko piang diet ko dit nan di won bi la jam nan di won brande la jam nan di won brande la good book ka yo kin tira la war so okay okay strategies which are the coping mechanism when you are at this point or the stages of mental health. So you have to find the suitable way because my coping mechanism cannot match yours, but still it is encourageable that if you see if it is adaptable to you, you copy it up and you pick it from that point and do it like Alakir talk of movement, evening work when it's stressed. Either you in stress from work, you go to work, bala chat. So from there you will be greeting people. You will see other funny things and you laugh. You laugh out. stress that you were having. So kaka ke loy. So ebiang to the other person who was talking of leadership by Iber before there was a person who was talking of the health professionals should talk to the community. Yes. So the empowerment is the major problem within the society currently. When the community is empowered, then we will have everything that we have. But we take things at the low step, even if we loom at the low key who are in society, which makes it hard for us to understand or to pick up easily from there. The health professionals are trying very hard because I'm be jam the biya when ya ke biya when you relenting can health professional that kai loy can around with health. We are trying very hard. Starting from we start from family planning, come to mental health, going to GBB, all these things, social work related stuff are very hard because I understand in the society. So people are trying very hard, pushing with the ministry, forming all association of all professional cutters within, and they're trying to push so hard. So the community leaders are involved and everybody, including the youth. So every gathering in youth within, I can try, become motivated, and also we also encourage if you have the chance of meeting certain group of youth, 5 to 6 people, you tell them what mental health is. What do you think about the mental health? What should we do if we sit together and come to that could be flexible in that moment. So ebia ke ran won ti je ke so alen won. So back to you, Dorcas.
Okay, iyan chukran Mawut. Kabalem ke summary kachi Mawut kelwele na ndiki yen. Anong duruk chan yen ke chol mentari de ben anong duruk kunwani na ka kunwani. Wa yiga take kwa dhalin kwa yinti am. Yiga lo dika chiraka na chirang ni trust no information bale yen. Kintem kong yiga lo cuman ito defend kan kudu ni lo. Badir kay bakar ka bachat bala pur kuro bang lo at least kibi wan ba ping dier kan daga ye dier ke ruar ba chan yen ba lo dier ai ba we dier da to yen ke samare ke chale no mau ku yen ke ating te ne ke chol ba nyin ti ro chan atin ni ro ke ni ro yen daman nan bin ko kuno alo ko daman bin ni ma wa na no ku no anin chan ano ka jiro lo by the way ka jiro bi yen mi chila yen aka win duro kwali biro lo ache ka kun tiriro yo nongi na ka win bi ko ke lo yin jam jagaman o ka win wi pir ke yin lekin chan ma nyin tiro ra ko ra yan da man uchi ke ata ke jare ba activities ko ba ya lo ka win nam ya war ya na lo ba na le dam do che war yen ke yen ke ta na de tan yen ke cha de tan no mo so question bu ku jabe thi question ko ji lekin ko ka bu ya ba nim chano ko che ru le ka che ke ti so kita balwele ke chol communities ko ekole uh, like yin ma utiran jada yin da yin dictor bin lo yitin ko kuma community da ano encouragement ni lo yin ko o e ko da ye ke chuot ke chol brana muskla yin yitin ke ko chuot ka che ko chuot jan ko jan ti ko jan ya chol ti ra time mana ye gwa tin ko da to man ko da ro no ran le ba tin ro ru kwera ande ori waren ko kene ko jiru ro aka yi ko ke lo ke ati okay ka wa ti community da yitin ke ko chwo ba chi ko chwo ke jure na yira to ten kwano gi chen yi chwo se kun e jaman kwa chi to gi chiri go ka ni mu ben kene yitin ke ba lo di like ma wu yitin ke ro ro ye ne pya ka ran da ko nyade
En chukran to Dorcas. The other community yen ko chwat piot. Illa bilar pet, illa bilar gwet, illa bilar ruin. Eh, kune ne chiang dai ko way monjen gran bilar pet en ko no. Despite chia pet. Kalwelo yen ngen lala. So have to be. Na you ke pen kutuma. Na ke pen kutuma je ga in majority of people are natural be twany ko yiwe that twany go yiwe that chi war nyinde ki lo baro be ro ka kai ro lo ku ke kai yango ka bai because wa nang lack of awareness in the community ko chuot ko chuot pio na rai ken ko chuot pio na rai na ngin nya ze ko ban ko nya ban jam pio chỉ có nhà chú con luyện là bia bia có những niềm vui bia cái cố là tàu em gọi niềm vui cố là à trên mình chú ý có cái là cố maybe cố là tiền bên ran tiền bên phía tàu mà ran chả có bên phía tàu à cái con nó cái niềm vui còn abu cũng nữa anh cái chế wa chế rồi bên jam Christ Ugupiat Chugulwil accepting of this current movement in political rallies one a youth program and you found that only the only young by jam but they are the community. So Nala will be the cultural change solution. Chula will tell what you call will Rubdorati Chenia solution. Now you can't deny stress. Ugidian Yahweh, Chiro acin others acin children who level away ken aranto ni pide rane na ranto woni yigam ken ranto woni ijam ken yin na chanang group ki lon ngin lo nye kina chanwan piyongo level loy velo ben yal ken kake ko bi pele yo nge dogo da ba kola tay ba jal bela ben but na jot kuleri jam batum ler bi bat or ba dom no ya ko community kalu kwen ge blame community because community akin yin ti ni yin yaran man tiok bai na ta ko pandun ya ge de according to number don do bai ken ara won yin ti de nge yon china dia bin ne to ekne part of the ti de nyen na yoki ni amudi or in ti overthinking that much kana ra won ni lo nge in chi to tandun dia era na BDL chol nge yung man ama yung chi yende biago so but na chira nyen ti to work che community nyen ti to work ka rub the rot ala dit man we wo yen chin to man thio ke de rub the rot erem a che ko jwan a ko ke ko le a ke to man thio ke ku na yo ran le bro la ru skul ran le bro ru ba ran le bro ti chero ru ba yo ko ja ru ena bungen kutem makadang baca ti yinom ka ci de wero la lew ka lo aker bi ato wen mon kuna jalo to wala ka ci na da benefit so community ci nyin tiet ko community ko chwat pio reje yen inge to we dit ku yo nguyen ko chwat pio echen nit ne bi the mental health achin knowledge about it so na ke knowledge about it ke dia eh ke dia ka ro loy ka yu ke dial dom ke ngot ke tu ke kin gwalien ne wuni yen chin kula ku nyuji ke buke chalen so kene ke dial to community anan chin ne rai de ne yu loy man tiyo ke by example lom ne dial den remtin wan ti akru maybe kru wan chin ke to because that oriented that way by the fear those were the fear oriented so now what take na chara andom kula ma the community will come in and be like man that check kru man that check kru so man that might bas kusara so bibi obviously community have supported it now let the big it will go back to where it was or where she was the same way to the mental health na chiran yin tien yin ku community che chi lo te we chin riage ketan the community a part of that program or a part of that destruction lo irat ku yongo ke ga cha ke blame the community because of lack of awareness within the community in the problem. So with that, because we are lacking awareness, we are not educated about what the importance of mental health among ourselves. So yenge reason yani yenge ke level well then in dorcas.
Okay, thank you. Okay, cover welcome. Man jam wo man chinen ground in community en ko no mi la ni men ko kwen. Yung de le kuran chan nga nyin ti ra de ko kwen ni man wo community ke na ko tinga gar ga jaret. Betaw ke program ka ke lo yi. Yung bu lo yo ko no yiti ke de ko lo ran me ta man jam wo community mo de ken go ra tin the issue we address.
na piat badung ne ke jabe teach I know that your health is your priority. Your health is well. So pial do gobdu e ga mal dunta ko na ci go pial rin ci mala ci loy na ci go pial ci kirmiya ka ci lew loy. So ran kin individuals man woni wajam coping mechanism nyana is or her own coping mechanism go away community is supposed bugu where our happiness because our happiness is our priority despite now what I'm doing. But if I'm not happy, I wouldn't be talking here. If none of you yet happy until we are all happy that we have come together to watch this ground that we made together and we are talking happily. So your happiness is priority. So can you run, you see what could be your coping mechanism like we fit can in and you adapt to your daily routine. One, get accountability partner. This accountability partner, Abinina Tini Yin, on your daily basis, it will be like, okay, at this point, Kini Mawut, assume that I'm a Dorcas, Bagwalom, ke my partner in that point. Will be like, okay, Mawut, have you read today? How many chapters have you read in that book? What were your topic of discussion today? What were your characters in the book that you read? So from there, I will reflect from what I did. If it is all about the society, mode, have you gone for football today? Have you prayed today? With that, it will become a daily routines within me. Then it will become a coping mechanism. If I have problem, I will say, okay, Dorcas, I have this problem. Then it will be like, okay, try this and try that. Then in the evening, it will check on me, or in the morning, it will check on me. Then immediately at least I will cope with, and immediately I will try to erase myself. So, can you run to eh, pidu pialdo gobdo en ke itiagdo achira ni itiag ke to ini itiag kin pi so na pialo no ken ke itiagdo so try ban possibility win tem bin birayati tiede rot ache an lo bitit ko che yin lo ache chiran do wok lo ngela tit so but na yiro ti ni yin kin chi lo ba mer ne rechi so before ko wati the community bijalu ko pap ko kon gulo wati rot ko bugo gidi bijaben bugo jama ke tin yo ku tinu na le mat ka ke ga bugo di community le bugo lew ken ga la balwele ya
Okay, shukran Reno. Uh, there were daga badiera da bala kira banya yen san question ko weti. Tichine ran ta kirani it was bin ka kun chinwana waka yong yin waka yong piri yin kuchirani it was kilo ikane jaga activities near. If not, one by the way, did you reason a place? One on call you to man online mental health teachers. I huge about mental health. You can get them on YouTube. So now on YouTube, you search. Kuyera time mapping. Pianga ke I'll pido be war. So I don't go to ke expert. Kwa yiki cholo ke work on YouTube. So yen girl kuten. Kam kun community go liku kan it. Take care of yourself about 10 years. Non ka jiro lo ipire actually mu ga derman ka wani bibi wana ka yiwo ye ba pi ba wiru ba ka nyai lakini ache yen so tied nyerot pu pianga ka ju chi ba ga ta sa ten mo pira thong ben chalo bia man tho wa ko children ko ra da it is same thing when and sometime piang ke ka thong ben so tied nyerot ku na chin community nyen ko chiman jamo kinchen nyerot yen ke bugulu le ke samare kene a question. So the man by hand like can question committee.
Thank you, Edith, Dorcas. And Ira and I who can Ben win go a goal. I just want to summarize before below the next question. What jam cool one Mawut Achiek Iran when a mentor. Iran when a youth I a jam. Iran when a Lu in the health industry. Iran when who has understand this issue to the core. Like yin ku tawa kola ku yin pingetana ka kor ku bati will yo ko lweltene will ka yutana will ke kola kwai will ka kolda so take the link and share it kuna ning swaldun ko bati ka one in the comment we'll come back to it we'll ask Mawut to answer the questions And we do appreciate we Coach Ben, what one adage, the two other U-turn members, Akwal, Ato in the comment. Um, I also noticed one of other U-turn member to in the comment, Kwere George. So thank you for coming today. Kujala Kwako Chuolwe joined today. Makwe, Amola Tem, um, Ngong, Daniel Madol, and our longtime friend Ating Riakbai, Dr. Match, and Parach Garangdeng Suk. Thank you so much for engaging in the comments. And if you have a question, please ask them. Ruben Pancho, I also see you. Makwal Philip is my accountability partner. So Mawut it really does work. Having accountability partner and win be na a Kuan, Chabena Loy, Chatul, how is it going? Chakwena Kula, Chala to the gym, Chala chat. Like book I can even water, so I'll go back to the questions. Um, we haven't talked about we've talked about the community in general. We've talked about individual. What is jam ke community your team ku your watch na be mental health. What is jam ke individual ke bira loy berot kwan. Let's shift it to family. Yen family, what do you think your role your family will play in mental health? And when I say family, you need to extend it. Alabia family do kira neng mit kujala partner do, or family do long panduan, or family do long pani ye partner nongin. Ye family mundu ka ye family tingdu. How does this dynamics play affect our mental health? And what can we do about them?
Okay, you may repeat the question. I was having breakage.
Yeah, Malish. Alwell, what you jam kira community, what you jam kira kibira loy rot. Can you talk about family? Yeah, kayindil your family can contribute to mental health in terms of family do kayin inaranch family goal or family do be more ku mida kajko and the family from your in-law. Is that
Okay,
clear? Yeah.
yeah. So ne biag de kawun yi bai kwa kune ne bai kwa to kan man ya kunam di the community because of gal family nge di ka bijala ban ge community kay ke contributed into the mental health. So our dwelling will be a point of awareness mostly. Uh, Keen awareness in any mental health. It is very hard. The family, but I cope up. When you think you may hang yourself within the great family. You may have yes, you may have professionals in the other field within that family, but it's still kaya ngon ka irurute. So can you family play it within that society? We talk of culture oriented. Mujachedia, mujachedia, na chianguyo kachidia. It was already believed as a culture. Now, when you in India, people will take it, okay, you nearly are relying at media. Secondly, yeah, within that, hey, people will grow with this extension. Now, if I express myself to the family member without partner accountability, because within the family, and the trust, even your mom, there's a point in where you trust on your mom, but there's maybe your sibling, a younger one, a elder, or your partner, which is a marriage partner, or any relative when you were trusted to the point of death. So, look below, I mean, accountability, accountability partner from that perspective. So, with that, can we oriented culturally? But there's a point like mania. A child about Yaman about administration period, right? Ke mania and ke way monji. Looking at check the road, ben mania be muy jam. With that, ela don't know one name that way monji that if you talk about women women privacy, then you have bridged the gap within. But it's still with chichan by stigma nyai non cake ke these families. Chana boy stigma go now. Ke suppose. Everybody who have knowledge about something have to come in and give the insiders, the inside stories about the thing. Yes, an example of amenorrhea or painful menstruation among the women. If my sister happen or my wife happen or any person member, it will be hard for them to tell me I'm having pain of this kind. But nothing again kuchola and slowly I have to sit down. Okay, this pain it will come with this duration and it will come with this and that and this is the cause. So if we do this psychologically, Naja treated from that point, capably, alui, alulu slowly. So we have to overcome the culture. Culture is affecting most of our things. So okay, family is being guided by the culture, and culture is bearing us from doing other things which are essential within the community. I cannot talk about the other thing to the woman. Woman cannot talk about the other thing to me because we are bridging the gap. So, one of the factors. Secondly, the community and the families contribute. There's a religious expectation. This religious expectation, uh, you will that why you can no, you could so you can get dulanga. But we walk a war pay what you gam for a dulanga. So now all of us will be expecting everybody to go to Sunday, but we are not expecting other things to be done at home. Like in Jonglai, in Dongbai on Sunday. I hope majority of us have come across that. So in the same way, if I go for counseling, we'll be like, okay, you are the weak person, and counseling is part of the religious. So we'll be expecting people like walk the Bible and people long and people like walk immediate person. So we don't believe in ourselves, and this has been the major thing. So it's part of the problem we community and the families we contribute in our failures. Thirdly, I will talk of an ailing lack of the space. Let me try with that. Lack of the space in the community. We lack space. The space is like Alakiri, if you are my sister, either younger sister or the elder sister. In that point, we will not have this space of Nirake Matowete. You might be going through pain mentally, or I might be going through mentally pain. Then from there, I will not have this access of coming to you, I confine in you, and all these things because you might not be my accountability partner. And secondly, the culture and the lack of space that we are not that always setting. And all the other things. It will bite us from coming together as a community. So the goodest point is when the community have lifted this space and creating us a space for us to mingle freely. Then we will have this access. I will know what you have and you will know what I have. And we will talk freely among ourselves. Then let me talk of and heal the generation trauma. So in South Sudanese, we have gone through war separately. It start from 1990s where we were born to up to date. We have not been peaceful. And that thing left a, a deep wound in our heart, in our mind. We are psychologically traumatized from that point. So with this, it left us with no option within the community. And if we have an elder, like in a family when you hear that warden, I'm a man, then I can bend it in you can a cake with Jemgani. So can they get the gem, can I get a quad, can I get peed in a ramu, can I get a loy. So with this, can you grow in Chiralu. So, but at the current moment, in a ban, that anti that tell why there's no need ban and canceling by lowing my children. You kick up, you go to your bed. Tomorrow you wake up, you go to work. Children remain like that. The Migunjin Pel, Cake up lobby, with the peer influence, Cake up between other parental orientation through mental health. But the orientation is supposed to be equal from the father and the mother. So that's what I could say about it. Uh, then I will talk of pressure to perform. Pressure to perform is like when you're not doing good at home, in a long in man right, man check what you paying, adaro, and all these things. So with these things, it will give you pressure. I need to please Alakir. Maybe I need to please Alakir in that nature. For her to have me in the picture that I'm a good person. With that pressure, it will give me in stress. It will leave me in stress. As a family, instead of you encouraging me, okay, would you have me to rest? You have to do that and that. Then with that, and car by miet pure or uncle brand, and can end by miet pure. Then it's right pressure, and with that pressure, it's a problem at one on end. So, Kawai family is supposed to be an this lightning discussion in the evening, lightning discussion, you guide children and all the thing. So now a parent kwa chike loy parent come from work and she are tired. Let me take my shower, go to bed. With this current gadget man tiyoga ran ban telephone. Everybody on TikTok, everybody on Facebook, you go to WhatsApp, your music at your own will. Nobody care about the other. So one of the problem because so with that and another giant pressure let me do kambanyaba mi at pure ban in and ran at the union. Kinchurala no. So everyone can then we also talk of stigma and silence, which is the great contribution in community low mantioke. Uh Mantio nala problem yo. Because of the stigma chamber my problem really okay. Let me give an example of medical terms. We talk of uteral son which uteral discharge when these men having infection through their private parts and they're producing pus in them, it will be hard to tell their mother. Kaya nirante, ama kinuwa, it will be hard to tell your mother. Because if you are a girl having the same problem, it will be hard to tell the brother and the father. It will be like, okay, let me confine or let me die silent. So with the silent, it will grow gradually, and you have problem with it. So ekaka even a community winning it. Kuber ko kenyin char yang chakalo cholo wemit. Chako ngolog loy kuyongo pia chaka loy eman tioke. Ke dia na yubu ti man met ke kaka bana yu man met gun met yubu ti ke or the elder in the family. Because we got teach children ko log chol, you found that tomorrow you will be like, okay, go la ba koy bear, me ka ba nye bear. So it's the same way to mental health. So community or the families are part of contributing factors to our youth mental health issues. Because ke ache youth achieve oriented. Melbourne I ranban I wear that your pain. Nache ran a dog kinchi wear. So ekene kenga level really ya.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you, Mawut. Kawa young ache kamit, and we can all attest from our own close families. And the reason for this, kira loya ran tio kan yin ran korba miet pio chiman chima wure la woke korba ran tio kan yin ba chamit pio beating ki yin ran piet. Kakai I got yin pressure while I result into mental health. Before I go back to a different question, let's answer some questions from the comment. Thank you so much for engaging, Paraj. The question is, since there are no professional counselors on the ground to deal with specific issues, and people fear opening up to colleagues or even relatives, lest their stories may be used against them. How can we really fit the wide gap created by limited professionals and stigma attached to revealing problems to friends and family? I'll start with you, Paraj, and then maybe Adich can add to this question as well. Maud, sorry.
Okay. Eh, nija village. Shukran bin paraj. Can man tiyo why watching wide gaps. Why watching generational gaps mostly in the community. Whereby because I get to take man. Let me talk of youth. For example, where I am, we talk of senior youth. There's something created of reason. Maybe like in 2 years, I can get there's this youth in the middle, which is not in the constitution. There's no middle youth. So, but now one and senior youth, one and junior youth. Within this generation gap, actually affected mostly. So because of fear of privacy, because your story can be used against you anytime. Anyiku, man unchena la kiralwel that kuwa idiar, wewe at a point whereby in wala be and what we do, what of the kuwa jamden diar mostly kwa because we nyanda ekuduna cheje. So the same way chen gap chero created ke chalwel wonte berun chane ber chalwel okay ko way ko wana accountability partners mostly ran you trusted in every human life chiran we trusted na chiran we trusted because we want one different views of humans. We can view individual differently. So what you do, we came up with a coping mechanism with that well. uh, One, you go as Chadi Shilwe there, you go online, get somebody who can at least talk about the mental health. Your problem, you might found your problem. Tumani Bible level of work and this alcohol. Kulara you that will you know wait. Tinera law in most cases. So in the same way to the Kawuniga law, if you can now you get along with the books you read. With reading, you found that you lighten yourself. Your secret, I can never Gambi, but you lighten yourself. If you listen to music, you listen to the music as a coping mechanism. So, Kawaii community, these wide gaps, because watching professionals, man, okay, teaching a wealthy, but few individuals at all, in which Kayuga Lungu community man, able to jala to the extent later and chan, and you jala keep, logo Vijala council. Ku get at building stage ku dia chung ke kin kon chi ayu le la ni ok che kilo le lar jang but tong ti lar jang mo jang le tong ti lar jang o ran lar ke dang jang ke do be la ri e ti lo nu jang la ki le ke ti la jang di but e kon piat binang ran tong contrast bin your information bin e kon conceal because ran ben chi ran chin secret kendo ko chi ran chin friend ni je secret ne. Maybe two of you. And I jalo three to secret, but if two of you know it, you people died with it. So randu ni ni that you trusted. Na ko yigale in kwa kin all of it. This is the very person that you in that nature. So who what it kidi. Take it into. Eke when you that kilo be me at pure yilo yetang. Me the pure do. In the corner twing then kidi winter. So gap a lubu close when I in daman. Ku ku mechanism mun lu ben war we cope up with ko banyal. So with time thing alo ke will change na chalu change. I will change, the other one will change, and three of us come together, we can change number of 5 people, and 5 people will change number of 10. But we have first to cope with our environment. Ngala bani bere well. Shukran do farai.
Okay.
Yeah, Adich, go ahead.
Okay. Can I get a good question? A question that is something obvious. Feel and take a minute. Okay. Anchi to katale na talo la ni yen. Men jam mo kanong ka giye ko lo ala. Anong ko to ke chike chol galo. Chiku queen. Kwa chi lo bitin ang channel kento ala bi ko ta pio. So YouTube is one of them ata. Together can bala on YouTube lo search mental health professional award and you follow them and you learn more about them. Eye kine chima ulo and ki emer jemo especially kuninda je kona tingi kudu ni lo ye kure en kayen na lo mi akitin du gotin yen kayen ka muyin yalele na yiran woni to la ngolo yinero. Ide kine andi ane komini da eba we ata. Le bagale le kunya la kirta chik lo keno no jene garpin de. Nam yo lo kada katini lo la nga chula nyara ga chuti ya gane zi ben yo align ka ye bai ben na inde ting ayiran woni ndier kara bien mutila awan jam wa ka chima na yinti adi otom jam sama la tambra use me akeni sen kiti etom vekto na le ben ke choran ma lo trust che easy by the way especially now in our community chan ke chol baran ne ran ba nyer ke non ko un to birro ji ke ko ko no piet kur wi lekin wi ata chan akor binang ping biler bi o bir yongo. Sometimes it's very hard, you don't know really who is your true friend. So kibalwil ano ranche ko len na yi kuni bo let him kuni bo ke your life it be easy. Why? Bo ko you to bo gora I like in a gat book the challenge alo face gat na gora la ko yano the same thing or kuni thing ke pet tan well being. Now you gonna born about mental health, about money, about everything. So get those book and you read them. You'll find yourself on your problem close at all. Along constantly online, check on. So they told me how journaling is very important. Like waking up in the morning, get a book, just get a pen, everything to pen. Whether you good you could get in them pen, you could be in them pen. Just write down. You can pen. You write it down and make sure that you have written all those things down. You know, paper I come at the and it was given to us an assignment to give ourselves 1 weekend. We do that, and you see the difference. And by the time I challenge myself doing that, I realized it is really very important. You know, that I realized when you write down, when you start writing it, all the thought after that, I check venom tani. I check on venom because it feel like you are talking to someone. Hello, chicken jamuran, kwatakulwe hair out. So they will not even bother you again, and your mind will be clear. You will do other things. You can cheer you like an ajario pure mama and lobby a yellow be. By the time you are done writing, I cheer when tiny. I don't know why. I don't know what the bridging behind, but I cheer when we jar. So it is really very important. Even the idea that you can think you write it down. The pure you write it down. Na ye kun ayera ke lui ran lo ta tinga lui ran in clear ya di lo no wan lel kana ja yo so time you will be okay with it chan ke chol manom pia ni no chira ni ko lui yin bi che yin to today in our community ajan even ajara na mi chila yin ko e chire ben in gore wala ka chi kwa chu tin today community dai oh chu lo loss today community dai enai kun man ne mi se yile ba be man ta ja be chira ni ko ni ne ko jen ja to kwa je ben ba ke ke yana yen ke ko nyin chin de ye to yen ka ja ko I don't know but you don't tell you so make sure you take care of yourself because no one else do it na ikichiri ya red kilo no ka to get professionals chala yira to get ditor para ke most of the people che secret level be doctors so ile bana ditor ku jori yira to get ditor jori ka ku ben cha yira ditor lo ila ko mon doctor so le bi ko ba jaman yen ko ni rana Kechonge, one of the anon platform you run one of them is Utan. You live reach out to the Utan. I can you reach out and you write all your problem. So for us, we can here try and sit down, steam and we see how we can help you. That's what I can say. And first thing you have to take care of yourself and you see make sure you try the ways out to help yourself. And when you read every time, I'm telling you, some of us are really struggling with that. Make sure that you push yourself every day. Try to be okay. Ajalega priority ke math can be okay.
Shukran
Okay,
indeed. Yeah.
bajwako kichia dichilwel eh ballo man example and by then nature writer but because of being you at that particular moment which allow gorku you that a little nara le change allow lo bia ko le baile le niar in 2018 I had some episode of mental issues because I do go to depression one night issue. Hijlaro kanu. So, but after all, China Ben understand that get a part of healing. So you sit, I avoid talk to people, I avoid music, then I take the pen. Kitap yo bani agor. So my first book gar akilo biya ituman because it was a learning process. So after all, my second book eventually succeed about published. My third book was out of experience. My third book on Gara and then I sit down. There was a girl of 3 years raped by an adult. So now Louis rapes, I was at the field site. Nyanti nearby. Now I feel pain. What if it was my daughter? What if it was my sister? What would I have done to this guy? So it's a my personal. I feel depressed about the girl. I took it as my own. So after all, I sat down. I wrote about gender-based violence among the women. So after China compiles, I made some follow-up with the police. Out this case of the girl, I went and found other cases Tanzania. I took them. I came and worked them out as an experience. So after all, China Ben you got he got earphone in Ethiopia. So I worked it out and now that book I think in due course maybe Nara will change. It's all about awareness about gender-based violence and the mental health among childbearing women. So it's such a thing, anything you got or anything you get any Ethiopian in a year. So your happiness is priority. Your health is priority. So when you are happy, you will be healthy. So in Galabalwell, if you have the gut.
Thank you, Mawut. By taking care of yourself and journaling and writing that book, I'm sure it a coin koi kok na iran chien kuen ku iran mene ka ken chen wan red kuche bung che kuen ka ben dial coin. So na aning number or tibeni lui reach online koi bung kana. Please type it in the comment and put the link there or how people can reach out to you because I think this is very important. I think it's a good conversation to have to raise awareness. We are halfway through the year. It's only left a few months before Biruan Batok. Ku 2025 we runu korbi in mental health we take care of korba gol chokmande and it's not too late. This it's very important. I'm gonna tell a story. I went to a day school, Kakuma, and day school wacha ethiuk tok tabet na kena lo good tabet wacha ethiuk tok depending on teacher on duty ko ale be ka lu punish ku chawe la good or ale be yok lak bai ku yin lu punish the next day for missing school, right? So one of the days I'm pa ga and this day I really don't like being way punished, so I just ran kana maswaka dia. I did not brush. I went straight to class. Going you to bench them, quite can one bench. Na japa mi adur ku can you talk, you can imagine the stank. Quite can the pain they went through. Later on I chat to during the lunch break and coming back to class the whole time until the lunch break but Ben was so uncomfortable. The reason I say that is in a routine and take care of your mental health echid by to gog mi adur now can you to gog and take care of yourself kolorgium your own experiences is going to be as uncomfortable as it is uncomfortable for other people around you, right? So akor bogol chuk road routine do taking care of yourself, but will incorporate into your daily habits. Chill bapa nyadu by to go. You have to brush your teeth in the morning. I ran wag nyadu kutao alang clean. So build it into your routines. You can go for a walk, you can write, you can talk to a trusted friend, you can draw something to distract yourself or to process your problem. So kitu yang barar kalau distract na yang kinchi leba problem ku bakal process you distract. And personally, YouTube, the way I use it, I listen to Diatka um, Kongor, Ayua, Dachwe. There was this huge conflict back in the day. Chitong ya tuk jokai dom ka jet nyuch ping jeka diar jeka cha. Diar kaka very interesting. I mean, Very interesting. So I sit down and listen to them, and I would lose myself in those thoughts. Imagine how it was. Imagining who are the people making those songs, what they went through. So I also listen a lot to Atema Duldu. Is very talented man. I get it. I listen to Diora Beg. I listen to a lot of Diat Katonga Jiang. I have a ping heritage. I am pure chan mama Tonga Jiang. Chan I pa nya du ku take berin jam tong dinglis ka ko jared batong dun bi mornum and a check a car roll way and so an la bala ping it and Diat Katonga Jiang ku bala ping content to go to jing on YouTube. So first Laura distract. Na chi korba lui deal kan mishkala ku chi yo winchi la tong raj ki Laura distract la balacha. When you are ready to deal and process those emotions, you la bagar pin bajam can trusted friends and that way once you process your emotions you can now help other people. And Mawut is here to tell his story today that he's been through depression and he's able to tell the story and wrote a book to help other people. And that is called Becoming an Advocate. So advocacy, you could loiter me, you turn, red. We call it Ben Branda cool is the first step. Step number two is to share this video. We call it big team. Step number three is to, after the talk, what is the one action you have to do today to show your commitment to to helping yourself mentally? Could be looking up mental health resources on YouTube, like Dorcas said. It could be checking in with one of your trusted friends, back a belling, back when you were, to catch up. It could be a yum lade kule, some places yum lad, some places yum sebit. Lor, babella die kawin chain trigger, right? And speaking of triggers, na arere pana winning each mental health resources and crisis line and number le bayo baja am gonna cake in crisis, and crisis could be you feeling suicidal or other things. Please look it up on Google. Teach quite around you nanning any help centers talk. Akwal Philip shared meta counseling at all online. They're really great. Trust me, I took a session or sessions with them, and they're very helpful. Um, so please reach out and ask for resources. I will turn it back to question Tia Quality Teach about the effect of social media. Social media, it's double-edged sword. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. So, Maut, can you speak a little bit about what do you think social media has influenced in terms of mental health? Yeah, social media to koi coin, well, it's to mental health to jacket.
And shukran one again. The point of social media, which is a double stand. In a double stand, there's always in those days an actual we call it impact or yes, the impact. There's positive impact and negative impact. It depends with how you perceive it, how you take something, even including food and which harm the community. Tune and side effect. Too much of something or misuse of something, it become a poisonous. So when we are using the social media, Facebook, TikTok, care an addiction. An addiction, to be addicted to something is part of mental health. It's one of the diseases in mental health. You don't need to be addicted to something because psychologically, achieve just achieve intellect in that nature. So social media two ways stand, a positive and negative. So it depends with how you perceive it. But what I could say is there's bullying, which is a social media bullying, in which I see cyber security expertise. In which they're advocating for it to avoid this social online bullying of people. Then it has much impact, the positive impact, the negative impact at the current moment. One, if it would have not been social media, I would have not tune into Utah. So the way I perceive it, I take the positive part more than the negative part. So likewise, with those who are using it, there are those who are using it negatively and there are those who are using it positively. But I still encourage social media. It has become the medium of accessibility, medium of awareness. So it's actually contributing to mental health issues, either positive or negative. In a way, it contributes positively. I get an awareness through social media. Secondly, if it become bullying, it become a distress in me also. So it depends with how you perceive it. That's what I could say. Social media is a double way stand, but it depends with how you perceive it.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
what I
you.
could say.
Yeah, so for sure, if you use it to as a tool, social media can be very powerful in helping you. For example, Ojam Yukula, thanks to social media, Facebook and YouTube and other social medias that we've connect. Kino ko ko ka goku yutan goku be Yukula. Social media yeah, dang a little bit mental health, a little bit draggage. And in particular, I'm talking about when people randomly post about death. Na ni ran chi nyin jal ka jor social media. First thing is somebody's posting it out there. I don't know Chiroger in the last few years, but kia chol to related no kwachi kia kim gar penya ya kwachi chayena ay running randin chinyin jal ka inyuot pin ku chol ko dir ku beben la tok, right? So to chera ja watch tin a bit to be at on social media without thinking of the families akor kubra war we kokwa. I know what you over time, but if you still have a few moments to stick around, then we can go 10 minutes more. Is that okay with you, Adich and Maud?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay,
That can be fine.
wonderful. All right, I will let Adich ask any question, but can you could also contribute what her thoughts are on social media? Is it helping or is it not helping in terms of mental health?
Okay. When it comes to social media, okay, social media no have yes, correct. Comment to our again, yeah, we can we defend can go on social media. Okay. Um, social media, I look like being present on social media can now get you make a land or get you preaching a cock. Women tell women all the time. So it depends on what you want. If you are going to social media, what do you want like for me? No matter how much I'm tired. My head is really tired. I can go on Facebook and I go straight to those short clip funny videos. Straight to them I watch, make sure I laugh and I get pressure. I can post something or share a particular post to give my idea to share what I think is good for me. And on social media, there are a lot of things. No couple on media, uh, no couple on media, they are showing what they have. It is really very so diverse community. And even right now, you can see social media, especially Facebook algorithm. Look, are you interested in this or not? So that one they are trying to we are trying to show them that this is what I like and do. Think I'll be able to feel. So you're not in kitchen interested, say I'm not interested, I'm interested and couple they have with time okay. You know that there's a lot of influence in media of which now you don't know what you want and you don't know cluing guide, you can really get influenced a lot. And when some people are you start comparing yourself, you feel like into doing where people are progressing, you see pressure and influence. But if you know what you want and you already know that you are moving and you are very sure the step you are taking in your life, okay, step working and they are very good. You will never bother about it on social media. I drama to you can chikwa wala bang no hide. That is it. So unless especially when we say when you don't know what you want to, you're just there. You can easily be friends. But if you just know what you want already, you get this one is not believe me. This is what I want, this is not what I want, this is what I want. And you can really do well on social media. I use social media you need space. Then leave it for some time. Leave for some time and define what do you want, what do you want to be seeing on social media. And then when you find and when you come back, all those nonsense that are not related to you are
I think it's frozen. Yeah, DJ Ping will yan. Out.
Yes, Mamuti.
Yeah, DJ Ping will you in
No,
network
Achiek
there.
Raping. Elu Fuzan.
Yeah, I think it'll
Network there,
frozen
network there.
on my side.
It's
Okay,
on
well,
both sides.
yeah, while we're waiting, Biladu, I want us to start talking about the U-turn message. That's the question you could teach Akil that a cola goya koi U-turn organize koi die. What is your U-turn message in Mawut? You where tung bi koi ler bi where o kaba like you cola. And with that, na cha U-turn message do well, kucha de cheben ka U-turn message de well, and then I will close the show.
Okay. In Jabal, in a lakit. Kabal Padai and I near call Kuninong Wawatia, who were a coach of near call. About that if you have the U-turn, a chikor. Let me say it in English in a simple way. Uh, you don't have to keep going in a direction that hurts you just because you started from that perspective. So you have to be your turning point rather than to be where you are. So you shouldn't ite delto gen ba kwanchan yen te joking tin. No, chitoya. So you have to so you turn ache kede right ekede piat ekede paldenom. So in a way you turn around to failures. It is part of the freedom. Your own freedom. Exactly. Your own freedom. So turning around can be the boldest, bravest, can be the boldest, bravest move that one can make. If you turn from negativity to whatever you do, it will be the bravest things that you ever do. So you can walk away from toxic people, things which influence you negatively to the positive side for your mental health. Then from there, you can step back from professionalism because we talk about you give yourself pressure of perfection. You want to at least make yourself to be loved by everybody, which is not the routine. So you can choose healing over hiding. You choose healing over hiding. Instead of dying silently, you have to be expressive. You express yourself to those who are accountable for your daily things. So U-turn is a freedom. Your U-turn or your mental health is your freedom, which is your wealth. If you are healthy, you are wealthy. So we have to turn from negativity to positivity. That's what I can tell our viewers from all the perspective. And I will say thanks you all for viewing me on this very nice day. To all my U-turn viewers, wherever they are. Thanks you.
Thank you. And for those who are in Kenya, if you want to hear more from Mawut, he wrote a book. Yena book at you got. Alaba your Nuria shop, bookshop. Which city, Mawut?
At Nairobi,
Okay, yeah,
Nairobi.
Nairobi. Yeah. Go to Nairobi,
Those who are
Nuria
in Juba,
bookshop. Yeah.
You can DM me with Maut. My hashtag is Maut on Facebook. That's my handle on Facebook.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I will definitely message you after the show. Aira and I, you don't want to miss this one. Very wise words from Mawut that I took a finger cool on U-turn, and I want to say thank you very much for honoring the U-turn with your experiences, with your knowledge, with your bravery. You talked about bravery, U-turn being about bravery and showing up and doing the work, and I believe that's what you're doing today. Bukoy dai to be bravery and boldness nyot is by learning more about mental health, and by also purchasing the book and seeing exactly how your journey or your experiences shape who you are today. So without much to say, Adich, I hope you can keep it 1 minute to give your U-turn message, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, the yutan message but really cool ke chon balum ba piali no. E ba piali no balum ke take jana ke yin lo dim piali godu. Ne lum ke take jana ta ba malara ila pana. So the same thing na jara yu ki jina mu la yino. Bana mu la yino che ba jami lo la chaya wa kajala. E bana ka wani yenduru lumba chita ka pedi. Yinin do mi ko ba ni to ila yin chira ma ni chin ban ka pe. So lum ke take anong professional to online on YouTube da yuke lui reach out no ran lui trust na no ran to Nigeria kind platform to that I trusted many Utah no lui reach out to the Utah family and you can. That's another thing. And read books and don't take things serious. I'm one of the people alive that take things serious and I tell when I achieve good for my own health and I make sure that I try to be okay but being there. Never yeah, I do you really by very good time when I dance to make sure that I'm happy. Yes. And one of the things I need to get like my normal thing you can be and bad at it. Like to think a lot about it, overthinking. But when some people are like don't overthink, they just think that they do. But I just know the language and everything, and I just realize no, it's not good. And I have to pick myself and do what I think is good and I live the rest, especially focusing on the past to know it actually good if I in a time. So reach out to Benjara, common letters community doctors. Chalachi doctor no mental health staff kuchiran, you ko bibiran rani will cancel it on okay. They will keep you a secret. You mention that they will keep it and they will help you out in children.
Thank you, Adich. And method de beer book alle batich nong Mawut Achiek about a direct message or DM ko batich how you can get the book in Nakuru. Na tin or you guys can organize book watch to Nakuru. Um, I believe this is a good thing, and people are interested in reading more of the book. I also want to say shout out to everyone. Ranbin to engage a cooler. Ranbin to question the teach in the comments. Ranbin to die. Ranbin to video can it share. You might not know, but you are changing lives. Nane rani nigde ni che jorno me cool. Lucky na chat we distract by sharing the U10 show. We yen a chirir kan woga yechi zaman kana, and he has gone achijal kana killer bela loy berot point ye bela chat ye ye routine de bela established berot aloy then self care de aloy ekaka chaka konya retich ye bung ma wut en bik la watch ke bung ma wut le birana le bela watch um na irana when who is not extroverted in Chile ba question ku baga teach in the comments. Please, you are welcome to DM us. Send us a direct message with your questions, and we'll try our best to answer those questions directly. Or if a topic chiben nyal ku nengich question ku kabuku lo incorporate. We're always here to collaborate with the community. We see this platform as a collaborative. We see it as where it's a safe space where we try to help each other. We see it as a place where everyone that is trying to do something for the community can check in with each other. Nairan Loi advocacy out there and you're struggling, please do reach out to us, ask for advice. We'll be happy to help. We all have experiences in trying to be mentors, starting with mentoring young girls, young boys, trying to help the community in various ways. We don't talk a lot about it, but trust we have experience, and we can do that. So as you go away, come back on Saturday. We will put an amazing show for you. We are sure you will enjoy the show. Some days we go with English, but most of the time we'll pour a book near. We try to start from our backyard to do the right thing, and that's why we jam Dinka speaking community awel kubuko koi ko kubuko bendir. Na yera when che jam tuang jang. If you don't speak Dinka, that's okay. Please do reach out, and we'll try and summarize what we talked about today, one on one. Heritage. Thank you so much. Have a blessed Saturday, will Sunday, and we'll see you again on Saturday next week. Thank you. Adich, you can stop sharing the live. Really aqua.